Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm pretty much going to install my Walbro 450 fuel pump. I already took my fuel basket out. I didn't film that. I forgot to film that, so I'm gonna show you how to put it back in. So the fuel pump is inside of here. See if I can take this way out. All right, so that's the old fuel pump right here. That's the old fuel filter right here. Fuel filter, but the mesh or not. But yeah, the old fuel pump is in here, so we're gonna disassemble this, put in a new one, the new Walbro. So this is gonna be the new fuel pump I'm gonna install, and you have to hardwire it. So I'm gonna use a connector that comes with it. This is the connector that comes with it. Where is it? This heat shrink and some hose clamp and a brand new filter for it. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and set up my table and install that real quick. All right, so I pretty much got everything laid out. I got my fuel pump basket with the fuel pump still in there, the new fuel pump, 8mm for these bolts right here, the adapter to hold this in place. Some people were able to get away with without using this, holding the fuel pump in. I believe they kind of like shave it down a little bit to make it fit somehow, but you can modify this. It's a lot of cutting and shaving and stuff like that, so I just went the simpler route. Got that. I got bigger wires. I'm going to explain later in the video why I have these, and I have a relay for it. So basically I'm just going to up the size and wire so I can maximize the amount of power I can get out of this. And I got a lighter, wire cutters. I have some heat shrink tubes and terminal connectors for what I'm about to do later. I'm going to explain all of that later, but let's start off by removing this cover right here and get to the fuel pump. There's clips right here all throughout, so I'm going to go ahead and remove that. But before I do that, this is kind of annoying having to deal with, so I'm gonna remove this. I'm gonna apply some pliers, remove this right here, and then remove the wires so I can have the basket itself to play with. I'm gonna go ahead and unclip these right here. All right, so got my connectors off. It's the basket completely off. I'm gonna get this top part off right here and take this off. You're gonna need at least 6 of these, so don't lose them. All right, I got all 3 of them. Now for the bottom piece, just gonna pry up. Pry up on all of them. See if I can get that off. It's kind of getting tricky getting the bottom one to pry up while this is still here, so I'm just gonna take it out. Take the top ones off so it can clear, just like that. And this will come off just like that. Beautiful. Right, that piece is off. All right, before I move any further, I gotta make sure this sits in the same height location as my OEM. So I'm gonna put my adapter on first, actually. All right, so we got our adapter. Feed this wire through here. I'm gonna feed this wire through here, just like that. There we go. Okay. All right, so we need to figure out the stock location. So I'm gonna grab one of this, put it right here. There we go. Put on this. The feed needs to be the same height So right about, put this up just a little bit, right about there. Put this down flat. Yep, same location right there. So I'm gonna tighten up my adapter. All right, so I just figured out the stock height location for the new pump, and I need to tighten it. So I went ahead and saw that the word USA was the only one showing instead of the rest of those words. So mine's is gonna be right here. So if you're using the same pump, double check and make sure, but I only want the word USA to show. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So I'm tighten this right now. All right, I just tightened my adapter. It is a, see that? It's a 4mm, so 4mm hex. Went ahead and tightened that up. Just like that, stock height location, same like the OEM. I want it to be just like that. That. Alright, so we got new hardware for the feed and connector for the wire, which I'm gonna do as well. It's gonna take you a little bit of heat. I used a lighter, use a lot of force to force the hose in there. It's a very tight fit. Got the clamp on there, so I think I should be good for now. Now for the wiring, red is positive, black is negative on the fuel pump, and the OEM wires, black is the power and ground is the negative. So I'm gonna go ahead, plug this in. Okay, my wires. All right, so we got it through positive, negative, positive. Gonna go to this, negative. It's gonna go to that. So I'm gonna strip this off, This, I'm gonna put this in here like that. Ground going like that. So I'm gonna get the wires. Okay. give it a light tug, make sure it's tight. That's perfect. Then we're gonna add our ground. All right, so I successfully have everything mocked up. Got my adapter in just like that. Got my holes on for my feed, and your red is gonna be positive, black is gonna be negative on your fuel pump. Got my sock on, and I basically tapped into the OEM connector. This is gonna be your positive, your black, and brown is gonna be your ground. So that's how I have mines connected. Basically tap into that. Boom, 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 and boom. So pretty simple, pretty straightforward, nothing too crazy. So I'm gonna drop this in. After I drop it in, I'm gonna add a relay with a bigger wire, bigger ground, and it's gonna be a power to the fuel pump. It's gonna be the power from the battery. So it's gonna go from the battery to the relay, and from the relay to your fuel pump. I'm gonna explain everything thoroughly. You're gonna see how I install that, how I wire that, and whatnot. So stay tuned to the next one. Appreciate you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys then.